I'm good. All right, awesome. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Southborough Board of Health meeting Tuesday, February 14th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. and it's 9:33. Two board members are present. Ms. Sacco will be joining us shortly. And happy Valentine's Day. So, first order of business is public comment. So if anybody has anything they want to contribute, please raise your hand. Okay, moving on. So approval of the minutes from 1/17/23. The 1/17 executive aren't done yet, so we'll get those to the next meeting. 1/28/23 also aren't done, but 1/30/23 is done. So I just had one change to the 30th at the bottom of the minutes, just adding that both boards agreed to participate in town meeting preparation with the schools team. So I just wanted to add that one item in. Otherwise, thank you, Barbara, for doing those safeguarding changes. Okay, changes. So I'm going to move that we approve the 1/17/23 minutes and the 1/30/23 minutes as amended.
I second the motion. Go ahead.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, so we have through the Metro West group a new tobacco inspector. So we just need to officially appoint her to act on our behalf. So I'm gonna move that we appoint Marissa Morello as our new tobacco inspector through Metro West.
Second, vote aye.
Okay, all in favor? Aye, thank you. Tobacco violations.
I just want to mention that in
Yeah.
follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We had the position and then we hired a contractor who's covering from January to June to continue the plan with the Metro West Tobacco Coalition Collaborative that involves inspections of products and compliance checks. So the inspector has already been out in Southborough for compliance checks, and that's when they supervise an underage youth to go into our establishments. We have 9 tobacco permitted establishments currently in town, and we had compliance checks and 2 failures for compliance checks. So just in review, when we adopted our new tobacco regulations this fall, we endorsed the state now having kind of minimum requirements for fines and suspensions for an underage non-compliant situation. So we had one in town. It was a first violation, which is a mandatory 3-day sales suspension and $1,000 fine. We had one in town with a second violation within a 3-year period is a $2,000 fine and a 7-day sales suspension. So we aligned those with the state when we did our regulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Northwest.
Volume.
No.
I'm getting it.
For there. Northwest, Southborough.
Our coalition.
But I didn't join. Oh, yeah. Okay, Northborough, Southborough Substance Abuse Coalition.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that we're doing a lot of work in our Northborough, Southborough Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. We're hosting an action planning retreat, and we're building our capacity in our coalition in hopes of getting as many different sectors of the population of the community. We have 12 particular sectors that we're looking for engagement, such as youth group parents, civic volunteer, law enforcement, business. So we have collected data, and in March 8th, we're going to have a coalition meeting. The action planning retreat is going to be at Algonquin High School from 4:30 to 8 p.m. on March 8th, where we're going to review the data, kind of look to make an action plan to help decrease substance misuse in the towns, and kind of have opportunities for engagement for different, folks who we're hoping to build our coalition with.
See if I can share this. The next one.
And you just add on to that, other towns
Yes.
have a lot of established coalitions. And so
Yes.
we do have examples of towns that have very
Yes.
effective coalitions. Neighboring Ashland, for example, is a really good example of one. So Natick is another good example of
Yeah.
one. So this is something that already exists. So we're really bringing something to our community that needs to be here.
Right, and part of that is looking into applying for the drug-free community grant, which those two towns have done. And part of that is to have representation from many sectors in town involved in this coalition.
Excellent. I was gonna try to share my screen, but I don't think it's gonna work, so we'll email this out after. But the next agenda item is, on melanoma, so I'll let, Taylor explain what she's been working on.
So we have the opportunity to partner with Impact Melanoma, to get, basically, you can get a lot of things out of working with them, but the program that we are going to utilize is our free sunscreen dispensers to put all around town in like our public places, parks, fields, tennis courts, pickleball courts. So we do also have the funds for that. So the Greater Boroughs is, we're all doing it. So we, our plan is to put 7 permanent fixtures around town at high volume areas that are utilized during the spring, summer, and fall. And then also get a mobile station. So if we have an event in town, we can bring it and put it out for people to utilize as well. So Impact Melanoma works to give knowledge on how to practice stage skin and what melanoma is and how to prevent it.
That's fantastic. Will they be at the schools as well? I mean, I'm thinking like soccer games and baseball
So they'll
games and
be at-
accessible to athletic fields.
Yeah, they'll be at the fields. And if you want to know, I can pull up the places that we are gonna put them. And I partnered with Rec and Chelsea helped also give input on where the best places for them should be.
And we want to kick off the spring, in advance of the spring
Right,
summer
right,
season.
right,
So that's
absolutely.
why we're time sensitive
Oh,
about
that's
getting
great.
it out.
What a great idea.
This
Because I
spring is
never
the
put
idea.
sunscreen on my kids in the morning before school. I never really thought about reason.
Right. Yeah,
Just didn't think of it.
or like if you're at the playground and
You're like,
you forgot.
I know.
Right.
No, it's a great idea, and especially because I remember just coaching soccer, a lot of parents would forget.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you're sort of stuck,
Just
you
lucky
can't
to
apply
make it
yourself
there.
because you don't have permission, like school nurses have permission, but we don't as
Right.
coaches.
Right.
To apply sunscreen on kids at
Oh, right.
practices and stuff, so it's nice to have that.
The places that we have chosen were the Woodward School Fields, the Bayfield Playground, which is on Central Street. The Neary Tennis and Pickleball Courts, the Finn School Tennis Courts, and the Finn School Baseball Fields. Our mobile option and Neary Fields,
So that's great, that covers everything.
yeah. And the one park is the most visited park, so that we chose that
I
one.
just have one question. So who's keeping these filled?
So we'll partner with Rec and DPW to. No, I didn't. It's a good question. So I'm working with Tim and he also has some money in his budget to manage it.
Because they do expire and stuff.
And he has done this in other.
Yeah, so
communities, right?
Tim's familiar with this program. He had implemented it and stole it before he came here.
So is it like
Yeah, so I wanted to be able to show you, but the screen's not working.
That's okay. This is awesome.
I can email it to you as well.
That's like, that's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll have,
Phone things.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have our logo on it and Rex logo on it.
That's, I can't believe, I never even joined.
Do you want to speak to the funding?
So we're using our Metro West Grant Foundation money to fund this program.
And I think the two-year quote included sort of like another bag, you know, to put in
Yeah.
the dispenser. It includes, I think, what they estimate 2 years of sunscreen.
And then obviously the years going forward, if we continue to implement it, the price would be lower because you're just getting to replace those.
Right. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
It's a great program. Okay, next is best practice grant update. So I just wanted to give you an update. I'm expecting to have something to sign with Collins Center this week. So that's exciting. She's
Nice.
staffing up. So she's getting employees on Collins Center to help with this. And so I'm expecting that probably one of the first things that they'll do is the interview. So you know, hopefully we'll be ramping up with that soon. The goal is to have most of the deliverables done by October.
It's great.
So we'll see. And we've been keeping the other towns informed on the timeline, although I probably need to give them a more recent update, but I want to mention that's what it's.
That's great.
Okay. Next is the capacity assessment survey results presentation. So that will be on March 6th at 2 o'clock on Zoom. And we will attend the state's presentation on that. And then we will deliberate during one of our regular meetings. So that's really just a data gathering from them. So I haven't seen an invite yet from the state, but we'll make sure that you get that. Great. Okay. Questions on that? Okay. Okay, follow-up discussion and position on turf field at Algonquin. So on the 30th, we had a joint meeting with Northborough's Board of Health as well as the schools team and a presentation by their consultant on the turf. There was some follow-up information circulated, just, you know, confirmation on questions that were answered and some additional follow-up questions. So just wanted to know your thoughts on the presentation, the information we got, anything else that you think we need to know.
I thought it was really well done.
Great.
Yeah, that was very informative, and I think, you know, I think they answered the question very well, but we had,
Yeah.
any concerns were addressed very appropriately with data.
Right.
Which I thought was very.
Yeah, right. Okay, so do you feel comfortable to take a position after? With that information?
I do, yeah, I do.
Okay. I also thought it was very informative and, you know, I think that it was incumbent upon us to get that information out. And so we will attach the follow-up information with this meetings packet so that the public can see it. So I will make a motion that the Board of Health support the turf field project at Algonquin. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. All right, so update our resources for Southborough through the PHE contact tracing grants. So Heather Taylor and I met with Isabella Caruso, who I think you're all familiar with, and through the grants and what Kristen Black's been able to do with kind of reallocating funds, they've been able to bring Isabella on 30 hours a week as a program coordinator for the boroughs. So we had a meeting with her to kind of talk about, you know, where we're at in Southborough, what she's looking to do. And, you know, she's available to write grants for us or, you know, help us with programs that we're looking for help with. So if you have any ideas, we can certainly tap into her. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, they're being flexible with grant funding and, you know, being able to reallocate stuff that, you know, we thought we might need for COVID, but we really don't right now. So she's available to us. She's, you know, on the Northborough payroll, but you know, through the boroughs. So that's a good resource.
How long is your contract? Do we know?
Well, she was originally through FY 23, but the contact tracing grant that just came through has been extended through FY 24. So that's at a minimum, because already, even before it was extended, Kristen had reallocated additional nursing contact tracing hours that weren't being used to have her through FY 24. So one more year even before the extension, so it's a solid year.
Yeah, so if there's anything that you think of, go to Heather and, we did utilize, her to help us. Okay, upcoming meeting schedule. I could do the March 14th, but I think I need to do it a little bit later, if that works for you guys, or if we can do another time.
So we can pick dates. I'm waiting on a surgery
Okay.
date.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know.
So we'll just pick one, and then if it doesn't work, we'll change it. Okay. So would 11, at least tentatively, on the 14th work? What do you think, Sandra?
Yes, it will. Oh, wait, that's February, sorry. I have like two different calendars to pull up. Out, there's one with Google Meetings, one with Outlook Meetings. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, so let's shoot for 11, and Nancy, just let us know.
Sure.
And we can change it. And we do have town meeting on March 25th
Right.
at 1 o'clock. It's at 1. That's, the bylaw says it's 1. And and then we have March 6th at 2 o'clock for the state meeting. Other than that, I'm not aware of anything else. Ken's is at Concom tomorrow night. If anybody wants to join, I'm not available because I have another meeting, but if anybody wants to listen in, feel free.
Okay.
I didn't post a meeting though, so if both of
I'm
you,
going.
Heather's going, but if both of you want to go, maybe just want to go, so we don't have four.
Okay.
And I think
Is it too early to pick April?
we can pick April. Let's pick April.
The only, I just can't do the vacation week.
Me either.
So,
Do I do April 11th?
sure.
Okay. Nancy,
Sure.
okay. All right, so you want, I could do 9:30 that one. Would you rather do that? Than the 11th?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
All right, so let's do that. And you want to pick May while we're at it?
Sure. Nancy, is that too early for you to pick May?
No, we can pick
Okay.
May. I mean, like I said, I'm waiting to hear from this surgeon, but.
So we can't meet on May 9th because that's,
So wait a minute, what did we do? I've got April 11th at 9:30.
Yeah, okay. May, we cannot do the 9th because it's, town election. But we could do the 16th.
16.
So I won't,
I'll
Okay,
likely not be.
And I can't make the 16th.
okay, so you want to do May 23rd? Oh, that's, yeah, May 23rd.
No, that's not, yeah, that's before Memorial Day.
Yes,
Yeah.
before Memorial Day.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's,
The second, we can do the second.
okay. So we'll do that. Okay, great.
You said 9:30 on the 23rd?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, okay. And if anything comes up in the meantime with scheduling, interviews, well, figure that out, but that would be individual, I think, I don't know, would be, anything else? So second public comment. Anybody has anything they'd like to add? Okay, and then so I'm gonna move to adjourn at 9:52 a.m. Second, all in favor?
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.